I'll be the first to admit I spent a lot of unnecessary time looking for love in the wrong places because I was seeking validation. Females would stroke my ego and I would feed off of it because I had a skewed vision of who I was. I wish I could say that it only happened while I was a young person, but it carried over into my adulthood. I gotta be honest. I was just spinning my wheels and spending idle time looking for love in all the wrong places. And it wasn't until God gave me a clear understanding of His love for me that I was able to surrender after being broken, after my heart was crushed, after failed relationships, after breaking so many hearts, after, just bad decisions, bad choices, cultivating relationships that were headed nowhere, and wasting time, wasting other people's time, and chasing false hope. And after a while, it just really broke me, and I felt remorseful for the hearts that I broke, and also for allowing my heart to be broken. And it was in my brokenness, man. I'm talking, I was down to the bottom of the bottom. And I really think it was during that broken season of my life that God was able to get my attention. And He began to rebuild me from the inside out. And He showed me how His love for me was unconditional. How He loved me in spite of my brokenness, in spite of my mess, in spite of my mistakes, in spite of my failures. And I began to seek Him more and more. And I found myself in the pages of the Bible. I found myself in the Word. I took salvation personally. And when I began to take what Christ did on the cross for me personally, I heard about the stories, but then I found myself at the foot of the cross, needing forgiveness, needing healing, needing restoration. And it was during that time when I said, God, I surrender. I'm broken. I've hurt a lot of people. I've been hurt by a lot of people. I've done things my way, and my way has not worked. And so, God, show me your way. Teach me how to love others in spite of. Teach me how to walk in forgiveness. Teach me how to forgive myself. And teach me to love others how they deserve to be loved. Not how I want to love them, but how they deserve to be loved, how you designed for them to be loved. And it's a work in progress. I might not be where I want to be, but I thank God that I'm not where I used to be. That's why the Bible says, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. And for me, the fear part is the fear of falling back to how I was in my brokenness and my selfishness. And so it's a daily fight. That's why we have to fight the good fight of faith. And I'm just grateful for God loving me in spite of. Even when I didn't deserve it, Christ died for me. While I was yet a sinner, Christ died for me. And I'm eternally grateful.